Today we are talking about dress code, real estate dress code. So everyone wants to know what's the dress code. What do we wear? Do we have to wear a certain thing? Do we have to smell a certain way? Do we have to get haircuts? Do we have to look good? What are some? When you started the business, what did you think you had to wear?
Man, I just came from a job where I actually wore suits and ties.
Oh yeah.
So it was super uncomfortable to dress down. I had to dress like really down to mirror all the other realtors
Yeah.
and my clients. Super uncomfortable. I just didn't know what to wear. It was always button downs, ties, coats, and so many times I felt overdressed.
Overdress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you wear when you started?
What I used to wear, like
With
same
button
thing.
down
Yeah,
and
I was
slacks.
uncomfortable. That's all I had, really. So then I didn't know what else to buy, because if you kind of look at everybody's job, like if you're in construction, when you see them at a party,
You know who's a construction worker?
they're wearing a nicer pair of jeans, a nicer button-down shirt, but they're blues. And or if somebody's in the food industry, you kind of see how they dress, or they're a warehouse person, engineers, or even lawyers. They kind of always wear really nice stuff.
They look nice and pressed. They're
Yeah, and then they're athletes.
they're wearing shorts and sweats and
Yeah, so
ready for the game to break out.
even when they're not in their job, in their norm, they dress like they would dress at work. I think that's the show.
What about you, Eric? How did you think realtors have to dress when you started?
Years ago, so everything was already casual.
Yeah.
As is, jeans, maybe a polo shirt or a nice T-shirt, nice watch. But I came from AT&T where when I started, we had to wear slacks, dress shoes,
Same thing,
button-downs, suits. But all that went away because of the times. So our uniform changed to jeans, people wore sneakers, tennis shoes,
Yeah.
Air Force Ones, Jordans. T-shirts with the logo on it. So I got it. I wanted to go back to wearing, slacks, dress shoes, kind of feel good. When you look good, you feel good, you're going to perform good.
Exactly.
And so, but I mean, it's now, however I feel, I'm going to wear jeans or a nice button down or a blazer. Or if I'm going to go on a showing with, one of my buddies or someone that I've known for a long time, I'll go in my shorts and my tennis shoes,
Yeah.
and my
Feel comfortable?
my T-shirt or my Baltimore Ravens jersey. Just I want them to feel comfortable. I don't want them to feel intimidated, or if I meet someone, for the first time, I'm gonna dress up nice and kind of see their
Exactly.
see their vibe, see their comfortable like. Just take it from there.
That's how I felt. I started a year ago, and even when I was a kid, I saw when we watched movies, parents they're at work, they wear slacks, blazer. I'm like, that's how everyone did.
Yeah.
So when I started, I was always tucked in. I had slacks, I had shoes.
Yeah.
Now I wear a polo. I'm not tucked in. I mean, I do wear some nice shoes, but I don't want to overdress to where the customers feel like I'm coming off too strong. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I think the best practice really is you have to mirror your clients. You don't want to, like Eric said, you don't want to intimidate them. You don't want to overpower them. At the same time, you are the professional. So you always have to think about that. You are the professional. So it's a great example here. Eric's wearing a button down with a collar. You're wearing a polo shirt with a collar. I'm wearing a T-shirt. As long as they're clean, they're pressed, they're like I'm wearing a T-shirt, but this is not a cheap T-shirt. It's one of the more expensive ones. I have a lot of these T-shirts, but some I wear on Saturday, Sunday when I'm not working.
Right.
And like this one, I'll work when I am working, because today I don't have any appointments, but I could have an appointment because real estate. Somebody calls,
We're always working.
you're there. Yeah, you're going to show a house. So I just think you have to mirror
Kind of your personality too, right?
your personality. Yeah. Well, look at Facebook. If, Mark Zuckerberg, he shows up in flip flops or sliders, right?
Yeah, the slides.
Sliders, slides. Sliders.
He's not a millennial.
I'm a Gen X. Sorry.
Boomer.
Gen X. I'm a boomer. So slides, sandals, no socks, T-shirt, and then also Steve Jobs. You know, he wore that black turtleneck,
Jeans.
and but obviously we're not then.
Yeah.
They have already earned it. They've been doing that for years, and now they own, own billion-dollar companies. But that if we were there, obviously we can get away with it. But now we have to be the professional in our business to be able to gain the confidence from our buyers. That's all. That's kind of the best practice. As long as you look clean, you don't want your hair being a mess. You don't want to be all wrinkled. You don't want to be all dirty. You want to look clean. Even like with coats over a t-shirt looks really good.
I see that. I feel good when I wear a t-shirt and then a blazer.
Yeah.
It feels me.
Or even a polo shirt. A lot of people are wearing that. Just threw me off in the beginning when people were wearing polo shirts and then their suit coat. Yeah. I call them suit coats. You call them blazers. To me, blazer was something that men didn't wear.
Female figure.
So it's generational. A lot of it's generational, but yeah. So jeans, I went out and bought some really not expensive jeans, but higher end jeans.
No holes and no
Yeah, they're not foldy.
tight jeans.
I don't own a pair of foldy rip. That to me, in middle school, I had a lot of those kind of jeans, but because I wore them out.
Right. Yeah. Now that's
So jeans are old, and now you spend $100 for those jeans that are all torn. I'm like, to me, you should have had a bunch of those.
it's a trend.
But it's crazy how times change, and it's, But anyway, but if you're looking like, there's some best practices, like say you're going to go meet up a customer down in the rural area. Say they're wanting to sell some land, a farm.
Right.
Are you going to show up in a suit?
No.
Probably not. You want to probably dress up in some nice jeans. You want to be the professional. You want maybe a button down, but you want to mirror that person. New construction,
I'm wearing my nice shoes.
you're going to be
Nice.
stepping on dirt all day long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'll wear good shoes because you're gonna step on
Thinking like an open
sand,
house or something.
nails. Yeah, if you're gonna do an open house, obviously you wanna step it up a little bit.
Yeah, first impressions.
First impressions, it takes 7 seconds for somebody to say yes, I'm gonna buy from you.
That's true. That is true.
And if they don't like you within the first 7 seconds, I'm gonna buy from somebody.
So change.
Yeah, so a lot of times you just have to be ready.
Cool deal. Anything else? Do you guys what's another question? As far as
Where do you see the real estate dress code in the future? Do you see it going back, to business, formal, or more casual?
I think it's gonna go up as far as appearance and professionalism because COVID just changed everything. You don't know, COVID just came in and it's changed the whole thing. Everybody was doing everything. Real estate was one of them, so it was easy to sell. It was easy in 2021. You can just put in a listing and it was going to sell in a minute. Even before hitting the submit button, homes are on the market right now for 30 to 45 days. Normal business, homes stay on the market for 6 months. That's a balanced market. About 4 to 6 months. And now we're going to have to compete with other realtors. We're going to have to compete to get buyers. We're going to have to compete to get sellers. And what does that mean? Well, you're going to have to compete with the other agents. And in El Paso, there's about 3,000 agents here in El Paso for 700 homes that get sold. So there's still enough inventory, for everybody. But the competition is getting fierce that what are you doing that the other agent's not doing? And a lot of it has to do with your job, your knowledge, experience, but also the first impression within 7 seconds. If you don't give that good impression, show professionalism to your client or prospective buyer or prospective seller, you're out of the game. You're not in the game.
Yeah. So we can ask them. Yeah. We can ask them. What would you, if you're looking for a home and you approach or a realtor approaches you, what would you like them? What would you like them to wear?
Yeah. How do you feel comfortable? Like if a realtor shows up to your home because you want to sell it, what are your expectations of how we should what should our appearance be.
Cool deal.
All right. Well, good job, Chris. You
Well, thank you for coming.
You let the conversation.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. You know, we don't have a uniform.
No, I wish sometimes we did. It'd
Yeah.
be nicer. I
You know, I do have my shirt. It does have my
I have a couple of those, yeah.
yeah.
But sometimes
So
you
it
just,
just makes it a little easier. So thank you guys. If you guys have any other questions or you want to see other content, let us know. We'd love to show you guys.
yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our channel, and subscribe. And share it as well. Alrighty.
Cool deal.
Y'all have a great time, and see you on the next one.